What's up, everybody? It's Anatomic here. So today I've been, debating and, writing down huge scripts and trying to figure out what I should say. So the topic that I've been wanting to talk about and it's been bothering me for the past couple of days was, should students as a whole be able to judge the teacher or be able to, not really grade because I don't really believe grades should be, and that's a whole other subject, but they should be able to judge the teacher on the way they're teaching. Basically, students have the best firsthand feedback on, how a teacher is doing. If they're making high school an uncomfortable or making it overly, or overly difficult experience, every student's got, the teachers that, they either hate or the one that can't teach or the one that should have retired 50 fucking years ago, something like that, who can't control a class or who is just, someone that just doesn't give a plain, shit at all. And it seems like they're not going anywhere anytime soon, even though they don't allow the students to be as productive as they are capable of. With that being said, some teachers are good, but some only teach because that's their job. That's not what we need in today's education system. If that's all we will get, then they signing themselves to a bullshit salary for bullshit kids who are disrespectful. But that's what teachers, really are going to. Teachers really need to have a burning passion for the kids and their, for the kids and their success, not just teach because it's their job. Teachers are supposed to be supportive. They need to be what some kids don't have at home and be encouraging to their students to always expect the best and to teach them that they can always do better. They shouldn't just teach to teach because they don't, because that's what they do for a living. They don't realize what they don't realize is that it's so much more than just teaching. Yes, it's you're being a teacher, but at the same time, you're building up somebody for the rest of your future. You know, the students that are in class right about now, are the future of this nation. And it's and being a teacher, yeah, it's just being a teacher, but it's also being a second mother or father to a student who doesn't have that. It's being a nurse and a counselor, and even though they're in school, you still there's teachers that still need to step up and be that. So let's get completely to the root. Should students be able to judge teachers? In my opinion, 100% my opinion, I believe they should. Um, so the reason why I think they should is because I was a high school dropout. I dropped out because of I got in a lot of trouble, obviously, but me getting in trouble over time, I guess, with me being the bad student, I guess, quotations around that, but the overall experience that I got wasn't what I was supposed to get. I I remember getting in trouble one day, and I went up to the office, and they called my parents, and my parents were called down to the school, and when they got there, we had a huge discussion. Well, in this whole entire discussion, the school principal had called in the school psychologist, and with us having a school psychologist, she was always really kind of a bitch. I'm just gonna straight up say it. She was always a bitch, and one of the things that I noticed that she said and was trying to say is that I needed to, because I'm giving the school a bad name when I'm not the only one, getting in trouble all the time, but I was giving the school a bad name. I didn't get it. I don't get how one student can make a whole entire school a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? And for her to sit there and say that, kind of hits you. It's kind of like, how the fuck am I the only one being, the one that's in this office with you right now, but how am I being the one that's changing the whole view or the outlook on a student? Or I mean, not like a student, but a whole school. So basically, what happened was, is we were sitting there and we were talking, and she randomly comes out, and she's like, can I just say something? And of course, my parents are gonna be like, oh yeah, no, no problem, yeah, no, go ahead. And my my mom had a really good response to this, but what she said was, and this is school psychology, she said, your son seems to be a square peg trying to fit into a circle hole. So basically, what she's saying is that I'm retarded. Either that, or I just don't fit in with the posh or the rich people in the school. And my mom looked at her, and as soon as she just kind of sat there for a minute, and she kind of looked at her, surprised that a school psychologist would be the one to say that. So we sat there for a couple more minutes, and we were just talking, and my mom randomly came out, and she goes, "Who gives you the right as a school psychologist to tell me that my son is a square peg trying to fit in a circle hole. In that moment, it seemed like my parents gave more of a fuck about what was happening than the principal himself. It kind of seemed that, like, she never really, I don't know, like, she always wanted me to leave the school because of the way I was, basically. So, just with that being said, how can a teacher say that but not have retaliations against them and not be in trouble for that? And, to get back on the topic, it might be a hard pill to swallow. And I get that it really is. But, kind of let me explain, what I'm talking about. Students could be the eyes and the ears that others, other teachers or other, staff aren't when they're not in the class. We sometimes need to accept the saying with out with the old in with the new and have a bit of a change. You kind of look at the government today. We have fucking politicians who have been in there for 20 something odd years, and it's like, why the fuck are they there? You have the president who's in there for 8 years max, and then he's out. Why don't we do that with politicians to where we have something new? And looking into this, there are times that students are truly right. That they completely are not lying, but we're going to take the adult's word over theirs because they're older and they're a teacher. And oh, yeah, you're supposed to trust them because that's the whole thing. And, and a lot of adults don't understand that students are going to be, one day basically like their caretaker or the one that's making their nation better than what they had. And, it's sad, honestly. And you should honestly be able to say that teachers aren't doing their job. And that sucks to say. You look back on the old days, and back when, our parents, were in school and everything, and they tell you, oh yeah, we went through classes where we had to balance a checkbook. Or, oh yeah, we went through home ec, and got taught all this stuff like how to cook certain things or, how to work some things. And we don't have that anymore. Maybe some schools, maybe a handful out of a shitload of them probably have that, but majority of them don't have it anymore. And it's sad. It's something that shouldn't be like that anymore. We need to find teachers that truly, truly, truly have passion. They need to have a fiery passion inside of them to be able to make a student change before they can actually become a teacher. So, let's get back onto the how they should be judged. Basically, I say first off, they should be kind of judged on the way they teach. Is it just going to be book work, or is it actually going to be something that they're passionate about? Um, you know, is it something that they actually want? Like, if you're going to be teaching English, are you just teaching it out of the book, or are you actually teaching what you know? Second, the way they treat the students. Do they treat the students with respect and have like an upbeat thing with them? Like, oh yeah, dude, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, or are they just like, okay, guys, pull out, do this book, something like that? No, we don't want that. We want to kind of see if we can get like teachers who actually want to go for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, really care, want to talk to you, want to actually give a flying fuck about you. You know what I'm saying? So on the topic of that, it's kind of like third and the last reason is, do they truly give a fuck if their students are failing or not? Do they really care if their student fails at the end of the semester? Do they really stop them and be like, hey, you need to start doing your work, or hey, you need to start doing your work, and you need to start getting this grade up, or are they just like, okay, whatever, he's gonna fail, it's his grade, not mine. And with that being said, we're not noticing that the students that are graduating this year or last year, the couple years behind that, or the people that are 21, 22 now, are the future of our nation. We need to keep those kids at the brightest of their brightest, because every single generation behind us is going to be the future of ours. So why not we try to be the ones that change it? You know, I kind of it's kind of like we as people need to change the way that the government and the education system is working. If you look at the education system in America, we're like 25 in the top like best education systems. That's absolute fucking trash. That is literally absolute trash. I mean, that is ridiculous. You have other countries, that like are even more poor than us and have better education systems because they actually care. So, well, that's all I want to talk about today, guys. If y'all have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you would like and subscribe, please. And if you would please, please, please share with your friends. I would really appreciate it. It's something that I really have a big I have a really big opinion on it, and I have a lot to say about it. So if you have any other questions, like I said, just leave them in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and I would love to hear your opinions in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye.